Okay, welcome back to our second guest episode. There's no one else we could have had on than the king of the NFC North. He basically loves every NFC North team besides the fucking Packers, who we fucking hate. He is not a middle school coach, unlike us, but he has a real big boy grown-up job. We're here to welcome our good friend, Nate, who is much better at fantasy than our last guest. So, give it up for Nate.
Welcome in. It's good to have you.
Good to have you. We're here to talk some NFC North today in our division series, but Cole's
Tough division. It's a tough division.
I'm wearing my fiance's swag for you. Cole, warm Nate up. Give him a little taste of what we're about here.
All right, let's get right into it.
All right,
so this is a little this or that. I got the QB meter is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams or this quarterback. All right. And this is going forward. So age matters, all that stuff. Not just for next year in a bubble. All right. I'll start off easy. Jordan Love.
it's closer than it appears. So, like, my Packer fans buddies hate me because they say I actually understand football, and they don't like that. They just want a dumb Bears fan to argue with, which most of the time they get. I mean, the team around Caleb right now is so much better, I think. Not necessarily on the defensive line, but looking at wide receiver help, if they can make that environment last, I feel like Caleb, at least for the next 3 years, has a much stronger.
One
of my buddies gonna find.
I don't think it's that close, to be honest.
I don't think it's close. I'm taking Caleb hard.
Yeah, me too.
So it's definitely Caleb, but I do think like Caleb can make any throw. But Jordan Love has done the whole. I mean, the Packers have had 45 years of all-star quarterback play, and straight. And so I'm an abused Bears fan in that I know he will
sound
turn it
like a
on when
Bears
it matters.
fan, yeah.
And I'm wise enough
Very
to realize
traumatized Bears
exactly,
fan.
exactly.
All right, let's move it on.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be easy. Wow.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was the knock out of the park. A Packers hater. All right, Baker Mayfield.
The video. One of my favorite videos of all time is Baker Mayfield getting like no handshakes from like the kid captains at Kansas, and then he just starts clapping, and then he starts grabbing his junk on the sideline after like 66-0. It's Kansas before Kansas was even halfway decent with Jalen Daniels. But it's Baker had a bad year. I had very, very high expectations for Baker Mayfield. He was my fantasy quarterback in like 2 or 3 leagues. And typically, like, he's kind of maybe the last of like the gunslingers. I think Caleb's bringing the gunslingers back. I don't care about the interceptions. I do care about the interceptions, but I do care less when it's like, when you hear your quarterback say like, the answer to a question is, I can make any throw. Doesn't that just like 6 to midnight, like, it gets you going, gets the blood flowing.
So you're taking Caleb?
I would, that's more of an age one. I think if Caleb showed the same resilience.
Why do I feel like I'm more of a Bears fan than you, bro? Like, I'm taking Caleb next year in a bubble over Baker. I'm sorry.
No, I think so. I mean, of course it's Caleb, but Caleb's sideline presence, if it was like Baker's, oh my God,
that's fair.
You see him sitting over there with his head, like, but he turns it on when it counts. So I have no. He turns it on the last 3 minutes of every game, and we somehow win.
I'm learning every Bears fan is low on Caleb.
No, I'm high. I just don't want to burn. I don't want him to see this. I think that the expectations are too high.
Okay,
so I'd still take Caleb.
And he
that
might.
One's more of an age. That one's more of an age
yeah.
thing, and just like there was some prime. That was back when I was an SEC football fan, Emma, because that was actually the Big 12, Oklahoma Big 12.
Yeah.
So I was much more of a Big 12 football fan with Texas and Oklahoma in there.
Yeah, good division that got lost. We thought those were the layups. Let's see as it gets harder.
Yeah, maybe the harder ones get easier.
Hit him with a hard one, Cole.
Nah, we're not there yet. Brock Purdy.
Both my parents went to Iowa State. These are all hard. That one I think is simpler. I think if you like put Caleb Williams, so I think Ben Johnson is like a top 5 coach, maybe top 4, but I think Kyle Shanahan is like top 2, not second. And I do. I mean, Claire and I went to the 49ers Vikings game like last year when Sam Darnold kind of had a coming out game.
Yeah.
And I only went to watch Fred Warner and Brock Purdy play, one of the best linebackers of our generation, and then Brock Purdy. So, I think that's actually easier than
You're taking Purdy?
Oh no, I'm taking Caleb.
Okay.
So. Purdy's.
So you love all these guys, but you're still taking Caleb.
These are like your guys. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
These are your guys.
I'm not a Jimmy's and a Joe's guy. I much more appreciate actual advantages like on a play as opposed to like, oh, just that dude is that guy,
Yeah.
So
that leads me into the next one pretty well. Sam Darnold.
Super Bowl champion. Darnold. I think I see whole future ahead. I really think Sam Darnold could make it back. But I think that Caleb's got a lot of life left at the Indiana Bears. And, I mean, Sam Darnold went and got abused in multiple stops and back up in San Francisco with Shanahan and Brock Purdy. And then goes to Minnesota, which is what I think is probably one of the top 5 like offensive environments in the league with Kevin O'Connell. He goes to my church. And so
that's crazy.
I think people. They're a system. Not everyone is a system quarterback, but that everyone is a system. Everyone is a function of their environment.
Yeah.
And I think year 1 Ben Johnson with year 3, year 2 Caleb Williams. So I'll take him. I do think Seattle's going to get another one. They're so good.
I'm with you. And Sam Darnold with that defense. Yeah.
And so like I'm
to take
anything guy.
else.
So like Devon Witherspoon, arguably he would have been defensive MVP if that was a.
So in short, you're taking Caleb.
Yeah, again.
You love every guy we're giving you.
So,
yet to hear one negative thing. All right, maybe this will be the guy, Jalen Hurts.
Oh no, they are getting easier.
Caleb.
Caleb again. Jalen is a winner. Like Jalen's a straight up winner.
Been to 2.
And you see that with
Mahomes
like the tush
one.
push, and same way. I think this year offensive pass game rough for them. I mean, you have arguably one of the top 3 wide receivers in the NBA from like or not the NBA in the NFL from like a physique and attribute perspective. And you got him open on the sideline because he's not getting the ball enough, whether that be a Sirianni thing. I don't know. But as far as like, I think Caleb and Jalen have similar levels of athleticism and like escapability. I think Caleb honestly has probably better pocket presence, and I know he throws a better ball. So I know he throws a better ball. So I will take Caleb not taking those 4th and 6 inches, dives versus just actually passing the ball. I do wish the Bears love to get 9 yards on first down, and then they try a pass play on second down, and it's 3rd and 1. They try and run Manon guy up the middle, and it gets stopped, and it's 4th and 6, and then Johnson goes for it because we're on their 40-yard line, and we don't get it. I think that happened at least 3 times this year. So
That's so true.
All right, this guy I can't believe made my list, but this year looked a little different. How about Trevor Lawrence and the Jags?
Oh, love Trevor Lawrence. I love everybody. Maybe an older version. Okay, I mean, they are trending in the same direction, like year to year progression.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Lawrence got some years on him though, for sure.
Yeah, I know. So that's but so like if you look at each stage of their career, he was not very good. I think he had a really good, if I remember right, he had either a really good rookie year or a really good second year.
Second year. He played us. Yeah. He played the Chiefs in the playoffs his second year.
And then hadn't been back, kind of like a Burrow thing of just like decent, but not translating into wins. So
had some coaching.
I think Doug Peterson was there. I think maybe when he started, that might have been before
the guy before him from college, the awful coach.
Dabo Sweeney?
No.
I was gonna say BYOG. Dabo
come on,
Sweeney's
Emma.
my guy.
The guy. Urban Meyer.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer was a disaster.
Sticky fingers, Urban. So
yeah. All right. How about defending MVP? So wait, you're taking Caleb, obviously.
Yeah, I would. That's an age thing.
How about defending MVP? Matthew Stafford. Maybe got
age. Over 5
Caleb.
years, Matt's gonna be playing, and he's also one of my. I mean, growing up in the Midwest, Matthew Stafford was a dog. They got to 7 wins, and he'd still throw for like 45 or 5,000 yards with Calvin Johnson. I remember where I was when Calvin Johnson retired. I was on a beach.
Oh yeah, of course.
In Fort Myers.
He was unbelievable.
When I was like 14 or 15, I was like, oh my god, he's pretty young. I certainly think another great environment there. Matt has a chance. I think. I think for the first time in the last 10 years, not the first time, the last 2 years, were the first time in the last 10 where I thought were 4 or 5 NFC teams that would beat whoever the AFC put in the Super Bowl.
I agree.
I don't necessarily think the Bears blow out the Patriots. But I do think the Rams win that game. I do think the Seahawks win that game. I maybe think the 49ers win that game. There's definitely some teams that just
Bears have a better chance than the Niners, I think. I don't know.
We all saw that run. I mean, Emma and I watched it together.
Oh yeah, we were screaming at that bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, I agree with that. Matt Stafford's
a great game. I like this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe
nobody throws a better ball than Matthew Stafford. Him and Puka.
Yeah, absolutely. What he has around him. I think the Rams window is all about closed right now with Stafford as their quarterback. We'll see. Maybe I'm early and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they should be favored coming out of the NFC.
Or something with experience or just straight gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. These last 6 are the hardest.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels. Let's get real.
Caleb all the way.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm, again, you see... I mean, Caleb, I don't know if he is. I don't think he has missed significant time. Caleb, or Jaden Daniels has.
Yeah.
He missed time, I think, in college as well. I'm sure someone will fact check. So one of our listeners will fact check me on that.
Oh yeah, Jaden missed time in college.
But when he was at LSU, he was taking some Looney Tunes ass hits. If you've seen that video of him sped up when he's running, he's getting helicoptered.
Yeah.
And I respect him putting the body on the line, but he does not have the frame that Baker or Jay Cutler did to lay the boom on. Just to get the first down.
Totally, I worry about that.
He certainly has the athleticism, and one of the worst moments of my life was the Hail Mary 2 years ago. Tyreek Stevenson's out hushing off the fans.
Yeah.
Comes back, tips it right to, I think it's De'Ami Brown. It's just, oh my god.
Yeah, that was out of this.
He has some good moments, but I agree that Caleb going forward, I trust a lot more than Jaden.
Yeah, they've kind of come full circle. In 3 years, it was Caleb all the way coming out of the draft. Jaden took the crown immediately out of those top 3, and then here we are, and all of a sudden, I think Jaden's 3 out of those top 3. But that leads me to my next one.
Get to your guy, Cole.
Drake May.
Is this do we quit if I take another guy, or do we keep going?
We keep going. But are you taking Drake over Caleb?
I do think Drake May.
Wow.
I mean, taking a team to a Super Bowl in your second year, third year is crazy. And 23. I do think that is Mike Vrabel is a top 8, is an upper quarter coach in the NFL. What on earth were the Titans doing? The fact that they were relevant for that long with I don't know what they're like in the free market for the cap space, but I never see the Titans necessarily making splash plays for getting personnel. And so I was dumb about same with Cleveland with Kyle Stefanski. These are all coach of the year type guys that are just either the way that things are happening aren't translating into wins, but I'm a patient guy. So
Totally.
I don't expect. So I do think Drake May, he got killed in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Multiple times.
That was like Caleb last year. Like,
yeah,
before...
and that was the first time I'd really. I mean, I can't tell you how many Patriots games I'd watched. Maybe 5 or 6 of them this year. But it seems like that was the first time where he had really just been like bum rush, like no answer, had no clue, like just receivers didn't really show up for him. It was not
there was
great.
A lot of it. It was a team loss, no doubt.
If they're the same age, I think I'd probably take Drake May.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I mean,
if Caleb had gotten to that point and then it was them versus each other, I'd have taken Caleb, even if he performed worse. But
and I'm rooting there. As a avid Drake May fan, I am rooting for Caleb. Like, I do think the two of them can coexist. I think it's Caleb over Jaden, and I think it's Drake over Caleb.
Yeah.
For now, I think
there
might be a point in his career where Caleb has him.
Cole, would you call yourself a Drake May lover?
He's the He's a Patriots fan.
Big time.
If Drake is the Drake May lover.
I'm a lover boy. Yeah.
I think if Drake May was here, Cole would literally suck his dick. Like, he's obsessed with Drake May.
I don't know about that.
That is like, Cole, for the big four, let's go speed round. Like, you know, as we get to the big four, because I think I know where Nate's gonna land. But
okay, speed round. Yes or no? Here, these last 4.
Caleb or
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burr.
Wow.
Joe Burr.
Lamar Jackson.
Caleb Williams.
Love it.
Both great.
Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes. He has not proven to get it done the last couple of times when it counts, but
you still gotta.
Yeah.
How about Patrick Mahomes?
Caleb Williams, easy.
He hates Mahomes.
Wow.
Bro. He hates Mahomes.
I don't hate him. I just, it's like, I mean, you go and you shake hands with Josh Allen after what's his name gets called for offsides.
Oh my God, that was one time, and it's been clipped so much.
That is not a manly thing to do. That is like
I think that's his worst moment. But
I would agree.
I think that's his worst moment. That's his worst moment. But everyone who works with Pat says he's the best guy, best leader.
Coming off the ACL, we'll see how it goes. They were not very good this year.
6 wins. It was tough.
Also, again, that could have been 9 or 10 wins easy. I truly,
he was healthy. It's probably 8 or 9.
I really feel like it is razor thin of how easy or hard it is to win in the NFL if you have the right thing going. So,
I will say on Mahomes' defense on that clip, Josh Allen's his golf buddy. I think he felt a little safe in that moment, and he shouldn't have.
That's true. But
I don't.
Josh Allen's
and I hate. As a Mahomes fan, I hated that moment, but I've also never seen anything like that again. And every single person who works with Mahomes says he's the best guy, best leader, family man, team man.
I think that
was
a frustration deal. I think
that was a frustrating season for us. That was the year where we started leading the league in drops. So I think he was frustrated.
Gotta invest in receivers.
Bro, I disagree. Gotta invest in the trenches.
Tyreek Hill.
I was just gonna say, I think my last point is that my issue with the Chiefs is the right tackle or the left tackle, Taylor.
The one who gets the penalties,
constantly cheating.
We cut the defensive end who we were expecting to cut today. Taylor will be cut within the next few weeks. Yeah. He also has a $24 million cap hit, and he gets penalties every play. Like I said at the beginning of the season,
he loves holding.
I felt like at the beginning of the season we shouldn't have played him. We should have played our swing tackle on the right side instead of him.
Oh. Yeah.
But c'est la vie. We can't.
And I've been there. I played offensive line. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah. You're holding on.
Dude, your whole head is behind the center.
Yeah, that's what Jason Kelce.
It's all the alignment thing. I don't mind actual holding. That's just trying. But it's the alignment. It's dude, just man up and get on the line.
No, he sucks. Well, we're not going to digress too much on the Chiefs. We're going to get into this division. And Nate, we want you to just give us we're going to start with the Vikings because I know you're a Bears fan, but you live in Minneapolis. So we gave you the Vikings. Give us your questions for the Vikings. Just bullet point them out to us, and we'll hit you back with thoughts.
First one, big one, is how I don't know if this is a bad I'm phrasing this poorly on purpose. How do you get JJ McCarthy to play like Josh Dobbs in Kevin O'Connell's offense? Like for the 3 games, it was like, oh my God, like this guy can do anything. And then you get, in my opinion, I mean, there's no doubt that JJ McCarthy is a better prospect than Josh Dobbs. And I love Josh Dobbs. But the Pastronaut making it look easy, and you make it look so goddamn hard every play.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, I think to start with the quarterback and like, how does Kevin get it to look easy? Like he has made it look easy with Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins and even Josh Dobbs for those like 5 games.
Hit us with your next one, because I want to circle back to quarterback, because
okay.
That's a heavy loaded topic.
They have, I didn't spend as much time thinking about them. I think just one off the top of my head right now is they've lost a fair amount of, it feels like they have lost a fair amount of like elder statesmen on the defensive side, especially in the backfield. Harrison Smith, I think, is retired. And kind of a true, like a longtime Viking. Linebackers, I couldn't tell you a single name of one right now, just off the top of my head. So I think either whether reloading defense or getting younger guys to overachieve, do you guys have anybody in mind?
Yeah, because I felt like the defense was your identity this year, almost like the Vikings. Like that defense was amazing, but it was older. I mean, my take though about defense, and I know this is going to be Cole's take. I don't care about your defense if you don't have a quarterback. Like, what's the point about building a team? And the reason
you can win a lot of games scoring 20 points if you give up less.
I guess that's true. I know that you love the NFC, which is like built on like team first teams, like huge rosters with like an okay quarterback.
Yeah.
That is the NFC. I mean, but
that's my thing. Is it? Do you want to win games if you don't have a quarterback? No. You don't. So don't. Yeah.
Why don't you want to? If I were the Vikings, I'd want to be in the Arch Manning sweepstakes and try and get the number 1 pick. But the reason I said circle back was I don't think JJ's the guy, and I think that even the Kevin O'Connell floor raiser can't fucking save him. Like, I just think he's not the guy, and I think there's a huge difference than a Sam Darnold who can like be a B plus quarterback who like distributes and the defense is amazing. Like, I don't care if the Vikings defense is amazing. You don't even have a B plus quarterback. Like, it's like I think JJ McCarthy's just bad.
Yeah, I agree. Do you keep like how many starts does JJ get? Is that the plan? I don't even know if is that the Vikings plan? JJ is our starting quarterback, year 3. Here we go. Like, is that what it is right now? Genuinely, I don't even know. Like, I think that is it. But how many games does he get before it's? I mean, unless he's
concern,
really, I don't know.
My concern, I think, is that he would kind of like. Shedeur actually had a pretty fun year. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad in Cleveland.
Up and down.
But Kyle Stefanski still got fired.
I'd call it great. Sure.
I thought it was fun. It was awesome.
It was not great, Cole. He threw more picks than touchdowns, but it had a high upside.
That's why I said it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
it was fun.
Definitely.
He was letting it loose.
Yeah.
That's why. But so, I mean, you've seen really, I think Brian Dable's an upper half coach. Look at what he did with Daniel Jones. Like, I think there's a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of young quarterbacks right now that are getting very, very good coaches fired.
Yeah.
With Stefanski, that's not Shedeur's fault. I think he'll actually be fine. But Dylan Gabriel didn't play very well either. And I know we're talking about the Vikings here, but I think it's all relative. And so it's just like if you draw in comparisons to the other parts where it's like, okay.
A lot of bad quarterback play out there. Yeah,
Kevin,
I agree.
Which I think is a reflection of college football right now. So.
Oh my God, I just said that in our last guest episode we did that this past year, like the Shedeur, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart draft, everyone was like, this is a bad draft. Next year will be a good draft. Now we're here, and everyone's like, this is a bad draft. Next year will be a good draft.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's a savior coming, but I still feel like JJ McCarthy can't be the answer. Like, he just can't be. Like, the Vikings being good is so fun for football because of Justin Jefferson, because of Kevin O'Connell. Like, I feel like most people I know, like, cheer on the Vikings. Like, if the Vikings are in a neutral game against anyone besides the Chiefs or the Bears, I'm gonna root for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like, I just like
You know
them.
why though? Because
They
nobody's
never won
scared.
anything.
Because nobody's scared of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You only get
Never-
hated if you're feared. Like, that's what I've been
Yeah.
talking about a lot after the Pats lost. We've been getting so much hate. It's like, I'll take hate all day
Because
long.
you'll be here next year.
Right,
Exactly.
because we're feared. You're right. I think that is the issue, is if you don't have a quarterback, somebody running the show that's scary at all, it's hard to... That's why I'm big, Nate, and I don't know about you. I think Vikings move off Jefferson. Like, why are you paying this guy if you have no...
He's their
Yeah.
franchise face, though. Like,
Your
he's
your,
the
your
jerseys.
win now. I think it's all about windows, kind of like you guys mentioned earlier. And it's like with Stafford, it's like you gotta have the win now, and it's all cyclical. It'll all come back. It'll all go away. You know,
What if
there
you
are
get
some teams
3
that do it
firsts for
faster
Jefferson?
and do it better.
3
but
firsts. 2025, 2026, 2027. Like, is that crazy?
I think, but
I'd give that up as a Pats fan for him.
So,
and I think they would. That'd be a win-win.
I think the Vikings are like, I don't know if it's 8 plays or 50 plays, but in the course of the season, I feel like the Vikings are like 50 plays away from like winning several playoff games.
Yes,
yes,
I agree.
Like the rest
I love
of the
their
team,
coach. I
yeah,
think they're
like,
so far. Yes,
I think they got a top 10, 7 coach.
Kevin O'Connell's the man.
Does Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl hurt him?
Yes.
A little bit. Like, man, was it Sam Darnold who collapsed in that playoff game for the Vikings, or was it like Aiden O'Connell? And now, like, I don't know.
On that, I think Sam Darnold just ran out a little bit of road. He'd never been there before.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
but we saw a very similar vibe game. Several similar vibe games with Kirk Cousins at the helm of like throwing behind the sticks on like 3rd and 8, like just air it out, man. You got one of the best receivers in the league. We've seen him do that in regular season games. One of the best games I've ever watched was the Bills-Vikings game.
2022, amazing game.
And you know, it's why can't you replicate that level of, I think when Ben Johnson goes into desperate mode, he's like a genius. When he has to pick the best play, it's unbelievable. But like it's the setup and it's the getting there. Not that I think he's still good, but it's just like sometimes there's something about I only have 8 seconds to think about this and I'm going to go with my best. And sometimes even your best beats whatever. If you go to a play or a look that like the other team has seen before, if you run it better than them, you'll still get what you need.
Clip that, Emma. Clip that. That is the best, like, Ben Johnson, like, analysis I feel like I've heard. I completely agree. And I think that's a lot of that, most of that falls on Caleb. Caleb can't complete the short throws, like, hasn't had a perfect game yet. Like, it's kind of true. Like, he does. Yeah. Maybe that's why they start so bad, is because Ben Johnson isn't actually that good at calling plays when they don't matter. Like,
when they do, oh my God.
Do we think that's an offensive trend? Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, Andy Reid, Sean McVay. Like, do we think that they all just get a little better under pressure?
Maybe.
I definitely think with those. I really think with McVay, he's just Iceman. I mean, he started when he was so young. He's seen everything, and you always have a go-to. You always have something, and it's like line up. We're going to run it. You know we're going to run it, and we're still going to run it better than you.
We're going to fucking run it down your throat. Yeah. Like, it's like, I think
or
that's
in
so
the Bears' case, we're going to, like, run some triple option that then ends up going back to Caleb, and then, like, sometimes they get dropped for, like, a 15-yard loss. But then it's 4th and 18. It was 3rd and 1. We just had a 15-yard loss. Now it's 4th and 16, and we get it. So.
I will say, it's so funny being a member of Chiefs Kingdom and being engaged to someone who's, bear down. Because it's like, we're the most positive fan base. And then you guys are the most negative fan base. We are like, oh, Mahomes has it with 13 seconds left. We're going to win. And the Bears are like, we're up by 2
touchdowns. We're going to throw a pick somehow.
Yeah. We're up by 2 touchdowns. We're going to lose. Like,
that's true. But that's changing. Y'all are the kings of the comeback.
Just about
at this
every
point.
team I root for has the similar tendencies.
Can't rule out Caleb.
Illinois football, Illinois basketball, Iowa State football, Iowa State basketball, Chicago Bears, and the Vikings. They all love to find unique ways to lose.
Yeah. Before we jump on to the Lions, just like quick yes or no, is JJ the starter week 1?
If he's not hurt, yes.
Is JJ the
I
starter?
think he's gonna play well. Yeah.
Okay, you do. Is JJ the starter at the end of the season?
I think yes, but I think it'll be like a 10 and something. They might make the playoffs. It depends on how the rest of the division is.
You think they win 10 games with JJ?
8. I think they'll win 8.
Okay, 8 sounds better. Yeah. 8 though is like missing the playoffs.
Okay, so
but it's the same deal as the Lions this year. The Lions are, in my opinion, this last year they were one of the top. They were easily could have been like a 3 or 4 seed in the playoffs if they were in any other division.
Yeah. I mean that's how it works. That's how I feel about the Chiefs, and people think I'm crazy. I mean, it's just that these hard divisions are
razor
hard.
thin. It's razor thin. Getting either 11 wins or 6. It's razor thin.
So JJ's the guy. You think he's the guy?
It has nothing to do with the fact that like I think he played Illinois high school football with not against me, but we watched film of him against the team that my team eventually lost to.
That's crazy.
And we were like, oh my God, this sophomore is kind of slinging it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's a good way to leave the Vikings. Let's move on to everyone's favorite hypothetical Super Bowl winner, the Detroit Lions. Cole, take us away.
Alrighty. You know, I'm a big fan of the Lions. One of my favorite teams besides the Pats. There's a lot to talk about with them this year. Pretty, disappointing season after all the hype. So I'll go through my questions and we'll see what we want to talk about the most. But I'll start with play calling. I wrote down play calling. Drew Petzing. Okay. OC in Arizona for 3 years under Jonathan Gannon. Okay. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about it. Not the biggest Jonathan Gannon fan. I thought he was a mess as a head coach. Maybe it was all Kyler Murray's fault. I don't know. We'll see about him. I'm a little nervous as he's their OC, but they needed a change. Next question. Is Sonic and Knuckles dead? Ooh. I mean, Montgomery averaging about 8-ish yards or 8-ish touches per game. He had 180 on the season, while Gibbs had 320. I mean, it was the Gibbs show, and it wasn't working. My next question... God, they're all so negative. That's what I wanted to preface. I am a Lions fan, but they all are.
Bro, you love the Lions. What's going on? It's a negative pod today. We got Bears fans who fucking hate their life, and
I mean, this question is it time to think about the future at quarterback?
Yes.
Jared Goff. Love him. Been to a Super Bowl. One of the more experienced quarterbacks in the league at this point. Seemed like it was either play calling or like he was missing a lot of throws. Like you got weapons, you got the guys, you got the O-line. Like his numbers actually weren't bad. I looked at them seeing if there was something I could be like, look how bad this was. There honestly wasn't, but watching the games, it's like, I don't know. Missed a little too much, I thought.
I love everything you just said. I'm going to say something quickly about the RB and OC thing and then hand it over to Nate. I think a staple of the Ben Johnson offense is the 2 running backs. I mean, Kyle Monangai is a fucking, 5th, 6th round pick, and all of a sudden he's, like, the best fantasy waiver wire pickup of all time. Like, is he? Like, it is just Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift. Like, that feels like the Sonic and Knuckles almost of this year, like maybe the Target version of that. But I think that was like a version of Ben Johnson's offense. And Arizona does that too. I mean, think about it. We probably all tried to pick up one of the million Arizona running backs on waivers. They all
Trey Benson.
Yeah. I mean, we do fab in one league, and I think I dropped like 60. Like it is like. All those Arizona running backs got playing time, so I wonder if that'll return with this new OC. I don't think it's dead. I think it's just the play calling. But as for Jared Goff, I would think about the future, but that's just me. Nate, I know you're probably a Jared Goff lover because you love every quarterback.
Exactly.
Besides Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
I'll start, and I think I'll start with the running backs thing. David Montgomery came out of Iowa State, so I had been high on him for a long time. Great Bear. And we let him walk in this odd time of running back under value. I think there was a weird 5 or so years where it was like, oh, we can, you can just put whoever back there and they'll still get
pre
3
McCaffrey, pre McCaffrey.
Yeah.
It's all about the O-line, yeah.
But so now I think that is completely flipped back around, and that like the running backs are valuable in free agency, not just on like kind of roster spot. And I don't know if it's as much as, and maybe it's the same thing, but I don't know if as much as like every single play calling as the scheme of and like personnel. In that, I still think David Montgomery would, had he gotten touches, whatever, would have been productive. And I really think if it was a little more balanced, that it would have replicated years past. But I think that they were in some uncharted waters, either they lost their offensive coordinator to the Bears and lost their defensive coordinator to both be head coaches. And in New York. So I really think that they were in a little bit of uncharted waters in when things weren't perfect, that it was like, just give Jameer the ball. Just give Jameer the ball.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, and not that
it felt constant.
Didn't work for them, but
it didn't. It didn't. Yeah, it did not. Really,
it didn't replicate. It did not build on the success that they had already had in previous years. That was like almost a lethal combination.
It was such a thing. It was all about the combo. And they lost that identity.
I think about some of the best backfields. I mean, Seattle has Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker.
You love Kenneth Walker.
Both of those guys are like top
MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
I think both of those guys are like top 10 running backs in the league. One team. Can't pay both. They'll figure that out themselves. Obviously, who else? The Bears have a good 2-man, and then the Lions. So I think that odd year, I would like to see them stick it out. I think they got to get back to what they were good at before, and that's it.
What's your Jared Goff timeline? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year?
Well, can they do what the Packers do every time and draft a guy?
Because no one's ever done it.
And then get MVP caliber play out of him.
I mean,
and then you get MVP caliber play out of the next guy too. So
I don't hate that third or fourth round quarterback this draft.
So you can take. It's not like anyone's. I mean, I don't. I might be wrong, but it doesn't seem like any quarterbacks are really popping off the page.
You could probably take a Drew Aller.
Anyone? It's like they go get. This is gonna burn me. Quarterback from LSU.
Garrett Nussmeier, I like him. I like him.
Garrett Nussmeier in like the second and third round, who had a terrible year with Brian Kelly this year.
But last year was great. The year before was great.
Get him cheap, and it's almost like you don't want to punish the kid for staying an extra year at school, chasing more wins, chasing a national championship. But then he has a bad year, gets hurt. Maybe actually, I'm going to digress from that take a little bit because he strikes me as a little Jake Frommie, and I go Georgia Bulldogs, but like really good college winner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe doesn't translate.
Georgia's not known for quarterbacks.
Happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia's not known for quarterbacks. We're known for defense. I don't take that personally. I love that though. Taking Drew Aller or Garrett Nussmeier in a mid round.
Me too.
Oh,
I think that's.
I'm down
I think that's the answer.
Drew Aller's rough.
No, I like Nuss more, but Drew had a better year.
But you gotta like.
I honestly don't care who it is.
Came out of Utah State.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you got to go find a guy that you can commit to that the expectations are not there the first couple of years, right? Like,
now, here's a guy who can back up Jared Goff.
For several years. I just think that, you got to – everything comes – you're seeing it more with the league and just that the time is what matters. Reps matter.
Yeah. 100%. Like, draft a quarterback if you like one, or even if you're kind of unsure about one. I mean, for what it's worth, Jared Goff's a year. Those are the two names I would think of.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Jared Goff is a year older than Mahomes, but I trust
Luke
Mahomes to play more.
Illinois. He'll be a Hall of Famer, and I'm telling you this right now.
I like the Lions drafting a quarterback. That's a great take. You
got to get him to sit. You got to get him in a spot where there's no expectations. And I mean, again, I think the Lions are similar to the Vikings. They might even be 10 plays away from like 13 wins. And then you get a guy who has no expectations of playing, wants to play. Jared Goff's good. They're still in the win now. Eventually, Jared Goff probably retires. Jared Goff probably retires a Lion, right? If he achieves what he wants to achieve. If he doesn't, he might try somewhere else. But like, You think about you check all your boxes as a player. He's got a great relationship with Dan Campbell. Obviously, they're committed to him. Everyone, the Lions are such a great organization right now that I was shocked that they did not make the playoffs.
I agree, and I like the Packer mentality. If it's not even you're going to play next year, it's for like 3 years from now.
Yeah.
And also, for what it's worth, the 2 greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen sat for a year. So maybe there's something to that.
And who are those 2?
Brady and Mahomes.
Okay, I didn't know who the second one was.
What are you talking about? See, he's
the first one was.
Cole, he's such a hater. It's like
You're
insane.
right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fair.
But so I think Alex Smith and Jared Goff would be very, very similar.
I mean, I think Alex Smith.
They're not gonna blow you off the table, but like they will win games. They will make sure you're competitive. I do think Jared Goff is better than Alex Smith, but
yes,
I think like similar vibe of player. In that they're very
by the end, Alex Smith
floor,
had that injury.
Very high floor.
Can you imagine if Alex Smith was available now with this current quarterback market? He would be the top quarterback on the market.
Even guys like Teddy Bridgewater are like a commodity right now.
Yeah,
it's like a guy who's been around.
I guess that brings me to my last couple questions here, which is kind of the feeling around Goff. Is that team is so good. Like they hit their picks. They have the O-line is right? The defensive-minded, tough head coach. And that leads me to my next question. Can this defense actually still be elite in the NFC landscape? You have the guys on paper, Hutchinson, Barnes, Arnold,
Anzalone.
It's a free agent, but if they re-sign him, Anzalone. Exactly. Every year, it feels like we get to the end of the regular season, injuries, right? They're not all there. We have excuses, like, which are valid, but is this on paper with Dan Campbell? Like, can they actually be what they're supposed to be still? It's year 4 of trying?
Yeah. I think the biting kneecaps will stay with me forever. That's going to be like a poster that'll hang in my kid's bedroom eventually. It's just a great mentality.
Claire.
I love Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Like, I do
Claire
think he's
will have
good.
no influence over the football room. I think, so on paper and in real life, dogs, I feel for some reason, like the Bengals are coming to my mind of like, they only pay one guy a year, Luke Henderson, and they got about the same result this year. So can you spread that out and get, even when they were winning, it was like Anzalone missed 8 games, was missing games. And I think their secondary was thin. You always see him running on kind of a weird personnel. It feels like, just because I remember like Hutchinson was playing. It's been an odd, I think. They're just in uncharted waters. Like, they used to have so many answers for like if this happened. They just had so many minds in the building. Not that they don't have the minds. I think Dan Campbell is more than just a rah-rah guy. I think he's very smart. I think he's more important to Detroit. Yeah.
This leads me perfectly to the final question, which is, and I'm a Dan Campbell guy, but is there a chance Dan Campbell is Sean McDermott, where he got them over the hump to they're relevant every year now, but he's never actually capable of getting them to the Super Bowl? Like, how many years is his runway before it is that?
Emma, why don't you start?
Yeah.
I totally am so into believing you got to get over the hump with a coach. I was saying for weeks that I think Sean McDermott should be fired before he was fired. But part of me is like, Sean McDermott was fired because he had Josh Allen and didn't make the playoffs. Jared Goff is not Josh Allen. I think the team itself, like if you look at the roster, not the quarterback, but 2 through 53, that roster is a reflection of Dan Campbell. If you take Dan Campbell away, the roster doesn't exist. I think if you put Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen on the Lions, they're a dynasty. Like they are
upside is crazy.
Oh yeah.
That roster's just so good, and I think that roster's a reflection of Dan and the culture he's set. I just think it's really hard to win playoff games if you don't have a superhero quarterback, and all the superhero quarterbacks besides Matt Stafford and maybe Caleb Williams are in the AFC.
Yeah. And so I don't know if I agree that it fully comes back to the quarterback. Hoorah team guy. But you are 100% right in that Dan Campbell has a formula that gets guys to overachieve based off of belief and effort.
Yeah.
Past that, I think so. I think it's all about expectations, right? Are you going to fire a coach that wins 13 games a year that just doesn't make the Super Bowl? That's the beaten Bears fan in me of like, who's going to replace him?
They didn't win 13 games this year, though.
Not this year, but I think it's you're all right. But they won 9 and still missed the playoffs. Like, how many times does a team that goes above 500 miss the playoffs because the rest of the division's so goddamn good?
But that's what it was in Buffalo. It was like it took 7 years or whatever it was because
it didn't take Dan 7. So I don't. Maybe
like
he's
we
got
love
more
this.
time.
Yes, he still has a runway, no doubt. I'm in no way. The take is not like get rid of Dan Campbell, but it is like probably if you don't make it to the Super Bowl at least in the next 3 years.
I think you got to make the NFC Championship in the next 3 years because the way they framed that NFC Championship loss, like Dan Campbell publicly said, that was our chance. So I think if you can redeem that, get back to the NFC Championship within the next 2-3 years, I think the seat is cold.
I agree.
My last thing is just that I want it. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this for a second. This is not trying to get too ethereal. How many top 5 coaches are not going to be remembered because they didn't win a Super Bowl, but they did win, if they go and win 12 games a year? It scares me how short our memories are for guys that were even good in like our childhood. I'm never going to forget Phillip Rivers, but my kid might not know who that is at all.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the guy. And so I want to hold reverence for the guy, for the people that get them there. And I do agree that it's like it's a win or go home deal. I don't know. I think the Lions might be happy with the way things have gone, even if they don't play. Like the Lions,
I think a Lions fan would be like, "Are you kidding me, Dan Campbell? Like we're so fine."
The man represents Detroit. Like,
oh yeah,
I do think this is a big year though because like a second bad year in a row without was it Ben Johnson doing everything and then Dan Campbell got the credit?
I think that's
I agree.
True. I think that's true.
It's an important year. Yeah.
I don't think Dan Campbell ever really got the credit. I think everyone knew that.
That's maybe fair.
I think everyone knew, maybe not with Aaron Glenn on the defense, but I certainly think that everyone's like, Ben Johnson interviewed for head coaching hires like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And just waited for the perfect environment to jump. Which the Bears are not the perfect environment. I'm just grateful that he did. So.
He didn't get Campbell doesn't get the credit, but he still is Detroit. You're so right. Like the way Kansas City's Mahomes, or now New England is Drake May, or like Buffalo's
or Vrabel, even just a combo. It's like they're gonna. I've seen it before. It's another Brady Belichick with Drake May and Mike Vrabel. Neither of them are ever gonna get to walk away from that. Unless they retire.
Why would you? Yeah.
And that's
they're both young, too.
But that's how I feel about Dan Campbell. I feel like Dan Campbell's the franchise player.
I think I agree.
I think it's over when I think it's over when he thinks he can't get it done. I really do.
Yeah.
You're probably.
And that's a very college basketball
genuinely
mentality
believe in himself. Yeah.
And he might hang on a couple of years too long.
Yes.
But I think it's his house.
And I think it's okay if you're an amazing head coach and you also kind of require a really good play caller. You know what I mean? That can be you don't have to have everything as a head coach. But
before I move us on to the Packers, I just have to say something I love about the NFC North is how close geographically everyone is. The NFC
college conference.
It's a college conference. It's like the AFC North. They're close together. It's just there's something about the NFL North that just feels like fucking chugging beers and tailgating and like I'm a Chiefs fan first and foremost, but when I leave Bears games, no matter the Bears game, as you're flooding out of Soldier Field, people are chanting one thing, no matter who the opponent was. Fuck the Packers. As you're walking through the park on the river, it's fuck the Packers. Like, no matter what, it is just like a college conference. So that's why, as we both hate the Packers, and Cole, I'm sure you hate the Packers too. do. I'm gonna fucking speed us through the Packers because honestly, the Packers are the Steelers of the NFC, and I'm gonna say that with my chest. They are the fucking Steelers of the NFC.
God bless Mike Tomlin.
They are going to be the 6 or 7 seed every single year, and they are never going to get out of. Maybe they get out of the wild card round. They're not getting out of the divisional round. So my first question for them is, what is the real reason you can't get over the hump? J-Lo or LaFleur or something else? Because I don't fucking know. And segment off of that, how hot is LaFleur's seat? And what is the identity of your offense? Because this is an offensive coach who, like, Andy Reid passed the ball. Sean McVay passed the ball. Ben Johnson run the ball. Kyle Shanahan run the ball. I don't know the identity of the Packers offense. They don't really have stars. They don't use stars. Like, I don't know. And, like, finally, do you deserve to be favored to win the NFC North? On every betting website, the Packers are favored to win the NFC North.
It'll happen every year.
Yeah.
Even if the Lions are great. Even if the Vikings are great. I
just don't think they were a Micah injury away from winning that division. I think the Micah injury was kind of like the Mahomes injury. It came at the perfect time to blame it on it, but it was already long over. Like, those are my Packers thoughts. Nate, as someone who hates the Packers but has lots of Packers friends.
That we don't hate. We strongly dislike. In the words of my mother.
It's a good Christian Midwest boy. Like, he's like, I don't fucking hate.
I mean, I have grown up watching great Packer football my entire life. And not that it scored, like, I would watch Packer games to be like, this is what it should look like. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. And I agree with your comment on, like, the identity of LaFleur. I think I've said by the end of this recording, I'm going to have said every head coach in the NFL is like a top 15 coach, and someone's going to call me out on it. But I think, like, who are you going to hire? Like, but a bunch of my Packer fans, buddies, do not like Matt LaFleur.
That's crazy to me.
And I think it's like, be careful what you wish for. Like,
be careful what you wish for.
LaFleur is not on the hot seat. I don't think.
No, I agree. I think, especially from, like, an organization perspective, no matter how restless the fans are going to be, they are like the Steelers, and that they will say, Pack Sand, he's our coach. He's going to stick around. We saw how that, like, I love Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but
he never got back.
I mean,
so, you know,
what's crazy about Mike Tomlin and Harbaugh getting fired is Andy Reid is now the longest tenured coach in the NFL. And we, like, have memories of Andy Reid not at the Chiefs. Like, it's a short
and Philly and, like, being good.
Yeah, it's a short life as an NFL coach. I mean, if I like LaFleur, I think J-Lo's fine. I can't really put my finger on the pulse of why they can't get over the hump.
Jacobs is good. I think it's they always had crazy good receivers. Like, they used to have name brand guys. They used to have Devontae, Jordy Nelson. Yeah. The ones from my childhood are racing right now, but I can see their face. Greg Jennings. Yeah, Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb. Jaden Reed is very good. Christian Watson is very good.
They're twos.
The receiver out of Texas is very good. He's very fast.
Matthew Golden, I like him.
Yeah. Not one. You need 8 yards. It's 4th and 6. Who am I going to? Watson and Golden, I feel like, are both straight line guys. And Reed is like a freak out of the backfield in motion. But it's all, like, again, it comes down to a handful of plays. And just the ones in my head right now is I see something not going their way, and then I look up, and on the TV is, like, Matt LaFleur looking confused or disappointed as hell. And it wasn't like it was a bad ball from LaFleur. And I mean, all my visions of it are from the two Bears, like, miraculous wins. But it's razor thin to win. And, like, right now, they haven't, in those 2 games, they didn't put the nail in the coffin. And you got to have a kill switch. You have to have the kill switch.
So if you're the Packers, you're drafting a wide receiver.
No, you can't.
Have not hit on their receivers.
They've drafted. That's what they do every season. Is draft a receiver.
They gotta either sign somebody or find a gritty, like a Jordy Nelson type guy.
I think it's a tight end situation more so.
Their tight ends are good, Cole.
Yeah. Oh, Tucker Kraft is awesome. That was a shame. Now, I think a combination of Tucker Kraft
then maybe it's not the
and
pass
Michael Parsons going down, that is like...
Oh, right. I forgot about the Kraft
That
injury.
is changing
The
things.
Packers, on paper, should be one of the best teams in football, and every year
they
they
are.
disappoint.
Yeah.
I think that's the when they traded for Micah, they were the Super Bowl favorite. Like I do think the Packers just haven't really all been healthy. Like I do think on paper, like maybe they are that. I do get them being favored, but I would take the Bears and the Lions over them. I think they get third.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't take the Bears over them. I would say it's between the Lions and the Packers.
I think
and then watch the Vikings win it, and the Bears get second.
So you don't believe in Caleb being a top 5 quarterback potentially?
Oh yeah, he'll play top 5 football. We're just gonna figure out how to lose games.
If Caleb's top 5, you guys won games with him not being top 5-ish this season. Like he was not actually that good his overall season. If he progresses, you guys might be the best.
Let's fucking go to the Bears. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? I'm saying it right now with my chest, Nate, as a Bears fan by marriage. Bears are winning the NFC North. It's disrespectful they're third in Vegas odds. I should put $50 on it right now.
Hey, nothing new. I think kind of on that just on that topic there. We saw the last play of the Bears offense in the playoffs. We saw, in my opinion, the best receiver on the Bears get washed out on a route, and Caleb throws a bad pick with an underthrown ball, which is it's a combination of blame. I think DJ Moore is by far the best receiver on the Bears roster. I think Rome is young, and if anything, I think Luther is the difference maker.
Love Luther.
Obviously, Loveland is a dog, but as far as like traditional receiver, I think DJ Moore best physically gifted. So the question is, how do you keep him involved when there's so much attention elsewhere? And either he's running decoy, but I still think like you see it in flashes. Whenever he does get a target, oh my God! Like, and then for the year to end on that, making it look like he gave up on the route, which I don't.
Yeah,
think
it was.
He did
it's not good film. It looks bad.
Yeah. So how do you guys think he gets either more involved? I'm not of the trade him unless it's from Max Crosby. I'm not of the trade him unless it's from Max Crosby.
I will say, I think either DJ Moore or Rome isn't on the team next year. Because of age, I would want to keep Rome.
It makes way more sense to trade DJ Moore.
Yeah, and I know Cole is convinced Crosby's going to the Patriots. From everything I've read, they don't want to trade him in the AFC. I think he's going to the Bears. Like, I think Max Crosby's a Bear next year. I think DJ Moore isn't. And I don't know. I just don't know how you can feed all these receivers. Like, Luther's good. Rome is good when he's healthy. Colston and Kmet are, like, the pillars of the offense. Like, you don't need another pass catcher. Sorry, Ben Johnson. I'm going to take your toys away and go get Max Crosby. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the conversation on the Bears being like winning that division, maybe getting the 1 seed next year is like, can Caleb Williams and literally, what's that called?
Freudian slip.
Can Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson like play well for an entire game together? Because that is like, I could see major regression to the mean in terms of late game wins. Like that is not something
that happened to us.
Yeah, exactly. Happened to the Chiefs in terms of 1-score wins, but like even just like miracles. Like you don't. It's nice to always, as a fan, it's nice to always be able to like believe. Like that's amazing, but like can you start with a touchdown and never lose the lead in a game? And like that's going to be the difference for them next year, regardless of any offseason moves. Like I agree, build the defense, hope Caleb is him. Like you don't need more pass catchers.
We just need Caleb to hit a slant route or a 5-yard out route.
The 50-some completion percentage is tough.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It's rough.
But he can make throws that I've only seen like a Mahomes or a Josh make, and like even then, like not that. Like he is on a different physical like.
Right, that's the thing. Like his most amazing throw on that was a 2-point conversion, right?
I'm talking the fourth and something where he ran backwards for 20 yards.
Put it on Komet's back shoulder.
Oh, that was fourth down, not a 2-point conversion. I don't know.
That was
but ideally, that's a regular throw. You know what I mean? Like he made that so much harder than and then he overcame it. Amazing. But you want a guy who can
it's
not
rhythm.
have to do that. Yes, exactly. I trust him to sit on his back foot and deliver. Yeah.
I think I don't know if I've ever seen since Jay Cutler, and even before Jay Cutler, there's something about the Bears and and Jay Cutler was doing it with Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, so two just basketball players playing football.
Yeah. Rip Brandon Marshall, loved him, man.
But I almost busted the stitch Brandon Marshall jersey out, and it's there's. You see it on the 3rd and 1s, getting too cute. And it's Jay Cutler used to just do a 3-step drop and throw a back pylon throw to either of those two guys. And it's not like we don't have the receivers for it right now.
Yeah.
There's a too cuteness of and then the times they don't get too cute, they're very predictable with this running Manon guy up the middle. Then they don't get the 4th down anyway.
Yeah, I don't want any more shotgun runs on 3rd and 4th down. A lot of shotgun runs.
It's the mix of can you be your original self, Ben? Without having to get so creative. Know what works. We started with. You got a handful of plays to say, we're going to line up and we're going to run it better than you. And this last year, running up the middle was not it. On short yardage. If we had a 2nd and 6, we might get 18. But when it's 3rd and 1 and you run up in the I formation, everybody knows what you're going to do. And I'm naked boot. Caleb's fast enough.
Yeah.
Naked boot. Leak a tight end out. They're fast enough. They're good enough. I don't know why.
Yeah.
How long do you think Caleb is the Bears quarterback?
For as long as we can pay him. I'm
really thinking 15 years, bro.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But the Bears are kind of historically cheap, especially on offensive players. They love to pay defensive players.
I think Ben Johnson's running the ship now. I heard he's running the draft.
Poles is. I like Ryan Poles. Some people don't like Ryan Poles. I think Ryan Poles has done a great job.
Ryan Poles has won the Bryce Young trade healthfully. He embarrassed the Panthers.
Them. Yeah, exactly.
And so
that was one of the greatest trades of all time.
I'm happy with. If you're in I think trades only come in when you're in a win now period of we need one piece. And we're willing to part with a different piece. I don't know if the Bears are in the win now yet. I think they're close. I think
they are.
The
Bears are a win now.
The regression to mean. They might go out and lose every one score game that they won this year.
But
and that's
Nate,
about what you do in the
playoff.
No, I think the Patriots probably won't win 17 games next year. That's a little unrealistic. But I still think if we make the playoffs with 10 wins, where it's
a positive.
Exactly. If the Bears make the playoffs, I think that they could go to the NFC Championship.
Battered Bear syndrome.
I think the Bears are absolutely in win now because they have 2 years before they have to pay Caleb, and they might even pay if he's good this year. They're gonna pay him next summer.
Yeah, no. So I think the win now. I just think the win now is longer. I really do. I think it's probably the 5 to 6 years that I'll have some good times here now. But that's why I think the win now is only ever a 3-year period. So that's why I say it's you got to build. You still got to build.
I do think that you're a Max Crosby.
The defensive line's not great.
I think
your defense. You need help on defense.
I think you're a Max Crosby away from being the NFC favorites. That's how I feel about the Bears.
So I think with Matt right now, one of my favorite players on the Bears is Austin Booker. He's some mid-round guy. From a year or two ago, he was big on not the off season or preseason hard knocks, and he's the guy that gave Jordan Love both those concussions. And I'm that's my guy. I played football for 10 years. I'm not rooting for head injuries, and Jordan Love ducked into them. They shouldn't have been penalties anyway. But I'm you need a guy that's going to be able to make a play, and he's young and he's cheap.
Yeah. That's fair.
and Sweat.
Sweat's great.
But where'd he go? He's just drawn too much attention. You need another lethal option. You need another kill switch. And I think we saw that a little bit sometimes with CJ GJ. Is when Gardner Johnson like got a free run, he'd convert.
Yeah.
And whether that was from the scheme, which I think we have been very good defensively, my concern, and so this is why, again, we're not going to be like plus 30 on turnover margin again next year. That's not going to happen. And that was one of the only reasons we won some of those games. So, like, I see why Vegas says we're only going to win 11 games or whatever. Like, I understand. I don't even know
it's
what
at
our
9.
win total. So I was going to say 10, but then I thought you guys were going to think I was saying 8.
I mean, I think Vegas is underestimating the Bears, but I want to wrap us up on.
They always got it right.
I don't know.
My dad will say Vegas will always figure out how to get their money back. Like, it's gonna be closer than you think. I think. I think
that's yeah, totally. I think Caleb coming out as the MVP favorite, I thought was ridiculous. I was like, I love Caleb, but
see, I didn't think that was ridiculous.
He's the MVP favorite.
MVP? I don't. So
he's the MVP
favorite,
but we're not favored to win the division.
He's not
9 games.
He's not the MVP favorite. He's the most bet on MVP. He's
no. That sounds like a lot of lost money.
No, but
that
didn't
sounds like a lot of good after bad.
It switched fast, but I think
it switched fast. It now goes Josh Lamar Pat.
Yes, it evened out quickly, but
I want to end us on this, Nate. 30-second pitch. Why should I take Caleb Williams over Drake May for next year?
Well, I already told you earlier.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't think that.
I know. I had this plan to do an argument between you guys about Caleb and Drake. Just give me a few points. Why is Caleb the best quarterback in that class?
He can make any throw, in the words of himself. I also think he's unapologetically like himself. Not that Drake May isn't either. Jaden Daniels isn't.
No, I recently said that about both of them. I like Drake and Caleb because they're both themselves.
As personalities, they're young. They're like, they're popular guys. I think, even if you tread a fine line when you start having fun off the field and then you stop performing on the field. Like that is the sketchy feeling for any team with a promising young player that is not at Bible study every night, right? Like, and I don't even know where Caleb's at, but it's
Fashion Week, bro.
Yeah, Fashion Week, exactly. And so, like, with the nail stuff, that's him. It's just him. Like, I want him to be the most confident version of himself, and if that's what it takes, shit, I'll do it. I almost did it.
If they're making it to the NFC Championship, we can paint our nails. It's like
exactly. No, when they the Bears Packers second one, I almost did, but then I had bowling, so and I was like, I can't do this before.
Can't
bowling,
paint your nails and then go out with the boys. Like,
exactly. So no, I mean, I don't mean to go on, but there's like, what do you think it takes? Obviously, turnover margin, and obviously Caleb completing higher percentages. What do you guys think it takes for the Bears to? I'm not saying even surpass. Oh, yeah, to get back to the same spot next year with more consistent play of taking a lead early in a half and then never giving it up, or getting back to the same spot or surpassing it.
I think you need a couple defensive stars like a Max Crosby and then maybe another corner, and then just like less cuteness. I think it's really simple for the Bears.
You're right.
I think you got all the pieces besides maybe one or two defensive players.
No, it's been a lot of fun. This year was unbelievable. So
I kind of agree. I think if I can take the Drake May side of it, like Caleb Williams lacked a little bit of poise at moments. Like I think the Drake May had like he basically didn't have a bad game. I think there was one game. His lowest was like over 150 yards passing.
Until the playoffs.
There was one game under. No, including the playoffs. One game under, or including the Super Bowl, but one game under 250 yards all season, or 200 yards. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he just everyone was so consistent week after week. I get we never played a good team, even though we won 17 games.
Okay, it's all about the Patriots.
Schedule is the most important thing to talk about, but
that's all it takes.
I do think it's a poise, third down, fourth down, best third down quarterback
football.
In the.
Exactly.
Football. Best quarterback under pressure in football. It's those stats where it's just like Caleb, all of a sudden third down, they were coming at him a lot of punts this year. I don't know. I do think Caleb
poise.
needs to be better early, poised, keep a lead, and they can do it. I do think Caleb is the second best in that draft. I think he's better than Jaden.
I think Caleb will be better than Drake one day. I
don't agree.
I think the Patriot way is to win a lot of games and take pay cuts. I don't know if that's Caleb's style. I think Caleb will win a lot of games, but I don't think he's taking pay cuts.
Drake's in good hands. He's got Kraft, Braves, and Josh McDaniels.
That's fair.
I know this is a kind of just your point on matchups there, Cole. I know we're talking football, but like I always think it comes down to who you line up against. Like baseball, pitcher versus hitter. Who has the advantage on every pitch? And you watch, if you guys watch playoff baseball this year, every single pitch mattered. So
no, exactly.
It's just
you got to play your schedule.
Run what you brung. So
yeah, exactly.
It'll be a track. Every Bears game next year will be a track meet. So
unless
we get some defensive help.
Nate, I just have to say, there's no one else I wanted us to talk NFC North with. No one knows this division like you.
Yeah, that was a clinic.
Yeah, thank you, man, for jumping on.